Superstar Rose, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, thank you. If you have been here before, my channel is about spirituality, self-development, self-improvement, next leveling. I like to say up-leveling because I do believe in quantum shifting and quantum leaping. So with all of that said, I hope you're having a good day. It's absolutely positively stunning. It is, I think, like 91 degrees. So we just leap around in where I'm at. The location that I reside in is very flippy floppy with the weather. That's totally fine because this is really nice weather. This is definitely beach weather. And it's May, and it reminds me of amusement parks, and it makes me happy. And I think I want to go somewhere because I haven't been to an amusement park in a very, very, very long time. And I just have fond memories of, I don't know, some people just like do that like now all the time. Well, I think I'm going to try to move the camera just to, I feel like I don't know if this is going to help or make it worse. I feel like there's like a shadow on my face. I'll just have to go with it because I do like to get the tree in the shot. Maybe I'll move it out a little bit. I do want to stand in the sun because it's just a really beautiful day and I want to enjoy basking in the sunlight. So I didn't look at my list today. I do have notes like in my phone, and I have the whole list of things. So I do have a lot of things that I'm kind of doing. I have a lot of fitness things that I'll discuss later. Like I amped that up even more. So I've added to my routine a little bit, and so I don't really know what's on my list. So if I'm to kind of just channel a topic, it is afternoon as well. Let me just check my notes actually. All right, well, this is the one that I texted to myself recently because when I think of an idea, I'll just like text it to myself. And I feel like I'm having some like crooked kind of videos, which is fine. It's whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not here for perfection. I'm here for delivering some messages to you. So what I have in the phone, it sounds kind of negative. I'm sure it was something that I overheard. I don't know. When somebody is like hell-bent on, like if somebody has a bad experience with something and they're hell-bent on getting you to agree with their experience, it's like sometimes people can't feel validated in that experience unless they kind of almost strong arm you into their opinion that they have about it. So if somebody had a bad experience about saying going to a place, they went on vacation and they went to this place, or they did this or they did that and they had a bad experience about it, and now they're like trying to convince you or convince others that that's just the way it is, and like you're also going to have a bad experience. Long story short, I don't think this topic is flowing. It feels kind of negative, but I'm just going to go with it because I don't have anything else yet. I'm just going to give my take on that. Always go with yourself and your own opinions about things because we're all different. We all have different perceptions based on our life, based on our upbringing, based on our life experience. We all have lived different lives. So, and you might have noticed also that people who have kind of like a negative outlook, just generally speaking, they're going to have a negative experience with pretty much most things, if not everything. So always validate your own opinions on things. And if you want to explore something, or if you want to go to some place on vacation, or there's something that you want to do, and somebody's like, oh, I don't like that place because this, that, and the other thing, and they're really trying to get you to like be on board with their opinion, like we can validate somebody's experience without making that our experience. It isn't our experience. This is an experience somebody else had, and that could be their experience. And I think what happens is sometimes we avoid certain things because we've let somebody else kind of overwrite our own desire to explore something because of an experience that they might have had about it or with it. there was something else I wanted to say about that, like sort of something that was like related. I overheard, and I butted my nose in, and I'm going to work on that. I want to stop butting my nose in to conversations that have nothing whatsoever to do with me. But somebody said something, regurgitated something that I know is a limiting belief that has been around. It has been around for a long time, and I don't even remember what it is in this moment. I just remember that the person said it at work, and it's like something that, it's a belief that a lot of people have. And there's, reality transurfing. It's a book by a Russian quantum physicist named Vadim Zeland. I only know about that in the first place because of Aaron Doughty's channel. So I definitely want to credit Aaron Doughty for basically introducing me to reality transurfing. And the reason I'm bringing up reality transurfing is because the book talks about pendulums. So there's like pendulums of energy, and it's like these strong beliefs that have existed for long periods of time. It's like concentrated. This is my own interpretation of like my explanation of it. Like, this is my explanation of it. So this is not like I'm quoting the book, or Aaron, but, like politics and any kind of thing, a situation where there's like really strong beliefs about something. So I consider whatever this was that came up in this conversation that had nothing to do with me, that I just overheard, it was one of those pendulum beliefs that like people just have said throughout time. And then it's like you just take on a belief because people just say it, and then that's it. You never like step outside of that belief. And I guess I said something because of what I'm saying right now, which I want to let people believe whatever they want to believe. That's something I really, truly just want to let people, if somebody wants to believe a pendulum belief, I want to let them believe that pendulum belief and not butt in or give my 2 cents or anything. I'm doing it on my channel because this is my channel. So people that want to stop here and listen can stop here and listen, but it's your choice. Like, this is a choice. Like, I'm not chasing you around with this information. This is just like, if you stopped here and this resonates with you, then stay. That's how I want to go about this and really fine tune that. But I don't remember what it was. And it's probably good because I try to be as generic and general as possible. Like if I'm mentioning something about someone else or an interaction I've had with somebody, I like to keep that person's privacy very, I like to keep that private for the other person. So I make it so generic, like that it's a very generalized interaction with a person. Like, I don't want anybody to be able to stop at my channel and be like, oh, she's talking about this person or whatever. So with that said, maybe that's why I'm not meant to remember what exactly it was, but it was just one of those beliefs. Like, I'm trying to think of like some pendulum type beliefs. There's a lot of them about money, just, that it's hard to come by, or generalizations about very wealthy people, about wealth itself in general. There's a lot of pendulum ideas about those things. So this was just like one of those beliefs that, like, a lot of these beliefs just don't serve us. So that's why I feel really strongly about it, and that's why I'm bringing it up. That's something I wanted to bring up because there's a lot of beliefs that we have that we just kind of take on that come from somewhere else, and we probably don't know where they even came from, like where they originated. It could be something that like one of your parents said, a family member, a friend, anybody, and we don't really know where it came from, but we just at some point felt like it seemed like a good idea to just adopt the belief for ourselves or for yourself. And then you have this belief, throughout your life. And the thing about beliefs is that I don't think there's people that don't really know, or like, not everyone knows that you can actually change your beliefs, because beliefs are these things that could just be on autopilot. and they run the show. They run your subconscious. So whatever is in your subconscious mind as a belief, you're going to see evidence of. And that was another thing that came up in that conversation was the other person had mentioned basically something to the extent of they have seen this play out. Like, that's cool and everything, like whatever I said to like interject, which I shouldn't have. But this person has seen this, examples of this happen, so that's why they have this belief. Now, the thing with beliefs is that you have a belief and you will absolutely be able to prove yourself right with any belief. So you will see evidence of anything, and you could question that too. I'm not here to tell you that you should believe that. But you could see that, you could test it out for yourself and see if, like, you could just, even if you just put something in your mind and say it's not even a belief about something, it's something that you want to see. It's a type of car that you're thinking about, or I don't know, like anything, just any kind of thing that you're focusing on, or a logo or something, and then just kind of drop it. Like, if it doesn't have like a lot of resistance to it, watch how that shows up and how interesting it is, how often that will start to show up. And that's how beliefs are. So we get to prove ourselves right with our beliefs, even if they don't serve us. And especially, when they don't serve us, it can really prevent you from stepping outside that belief and trying something different, because if you've proven to yourself through believing in whatever that belief is or that idea is, and then seeing evidence of it play out in your reality, then that could prevent you from trying to change the belief, because it's like, well, why change the belief when you're seeing evidence of it in your reality? So hopefully I don't know how that's coming across at all. I have no idea. It's late in the afternoon. I'm a little bit tired. It's actually pretty hot out as well. I mean, it's nice out, but it's definitely hotter than it's been. So just try that out. Try to explore some beliefs. Maybe go through your beliefs and see which things you think are serving you and which things are not serving you. You might find that there's some beliefs that are definitely not serving you. And then you can kind of examine that, and you absolutely can change your beliefs. That's why I'm such a big, I don't know if I want to say like I don't like to use the word promote, but I really like the technique of EFT, because it really gets you to challenge a lot of your beliefs, your belief systems, and things that you have running in the background. Like our subconscious beliefs that run our reality are like apps on your phone. They're like apps on your phone. They're like apps on your computer. They're like anything that you have on a device that will slow that device down and kind of affect the other programs on it. So say you're trying to launch this program and you're trying to use this program, but you have these other apps like running in the background. It's going to like slow all of that down. That's what a lot of our beliefs do. That's what a lot of things that we have running in our subconscious do. They're kind of just there. Like I mentioned in a recent video, just things that happen throughout your life, and like when you were younger, you're not like focusing on them actively in every moment. They're just there, and they're running the show to some extent. They are adding weight to things that are there, that you might feel like you've made all this progress and you did all these things, but you still feel like you have like these blocks. And the blocks are subconscious beliefs that we have about things that don't serve us. So it's just something to explore. And it's something that had happened recently that I overheard a conversation about what I felt was limiting beliefs, pendulum type beliefs, where it's just like this really generalized, and this was like a really generalized thing. It was like this general statement made about something, and I have no idea what it was in this moment. It was a very general statement made about something, and whatever you believe becomes your reality. And you will see evidence of it no matter what it is, whether it's good or bad. And I'm really into the law of assumption stuff right now. I mean, that's really where I'm at. And I think that we're just led to things. I really think that we're just led to things based on what we're ready for. Like I said many other times, if you've landed here, that means to me that this resonates with you on some level, or at least aspects of it resonate with you. And maybe you're meant to hear at least something out of this video. Maybe if the whole thing isn't for you, because there's a lot of videos that I watch, there's a lot of channels that I watch where it's like, okay, this was definitely meant for me. And maybe some of it's a little bit going too far into like masculine energy for me, like some of the people I watch who are male. And it's like, okay, well, maybe this is more of a masculine approach and I'm trying to more into my feminine energy. So like the rest of this is more geared toward that masculine energy. But I got a lot of other things out of the video that were very much meant for me, I felt. So you could like feel that threshold. But like I said before, and like I said, I am I've been led to really explore law of assumption. So anything that you believe to be true will be proven to be true for you. And that can be really tricky for people, because when it can be really difficult. We're in problem solving mode a lot of the time. And if somebody says something to you that you find to be triggering, it's like then your focus gets kind of zoomed in on whatever that is. And then it can be difficult to just assume something else. And I think I talked about that in the last video that I recorded. I definitely did not publish it as I'm doing this right now. But it was something along the lines of, like, if somebody insults you or says something that you perceive to be an insult, or maybe they give you a backhanded compliment or something, you don't have to take that on as an insult. You could do whatever you want with it. You could disregard it altogether and act like you didn't even hear it. Like, we don't have to let things affect us. We don't have to agree with that. We don't have to subscribe to that. We don't have to be available for that. So it's like showing up for things that are for you, that you agree to. If somebody insults you and you perceive something as an insult, you could, like I like to say, Regina George it. For anybody who likes the movie Mean Girls, just like, they tried to, I know she's the villain in the movie, but like they tried to mess with her and she just like brushed it off like whatever. When they cut holes in her shirt, she just kind of like wore it anyway and just like walked down the hall, and then it turned into like a fashion trend that like was a total accident, because they were trying to like hurt her by doing that to her shirt. And you could Regina George like anything, you could Regina George the insults. So I really like it. It's a fun idea. Like, it's a fun concept that I like to play around with. But, for like when people say things to you and you feel hurt, you feel triggered by something, you don't have to take anything that someone says to be to mean anything for you. That's their stuff, and it could stay at the door with them. So I don't really know what else to talk about, because I think it's midday and I don't want to get too far into the negative, But it's just about questioning belief systems, questioning generalizations of things that have been around for very long periods of time. Time's not real. We're only ever living in now. But, time as we know it, and time as we follow the systematic version of time that we have followed, these ideas have been around, and you can question them. You could be like, is that really true? Is that really what I want to believe? And there's a lot of things that cause people not to question beliefs. Like, there's sayings like, oh, you only believe what you want to believe. And it's like, yeah, well, maybe I do only believe what I want to believe. And then, because what happens is, whatever energy you're putting onto something in your reaction to that something, that reaction energy is what drives whatever follows that. So that's why it's so important to really start like exploring some of these things, because you can create a lot of negative momentum out of, first of all, something that might have not have even been an insult. But say it was an insult. Does somebody else have the right to, like, do you want to let somebody else control you and dictate what the rest of your day is going to be? Or do you want to just like stop the momentum before it even starts and not even acknowledge it? Or change it altogether. It was something good. It was something positive. You could do whatever you want with it, because energy is the only thing that matters in this situation. Energy is the only thing that matters. So it doesn't matter, like, you don't owe it to anybody to acknowledge an insult that they made at you. You can ignore that insult and understand that it's coming from a low place within themselves and it has nothing whatsoever to do with you. So I don't really know where I'm going with that. But it is a beautiful day out. It's very, very beautiful. And I'm going to do the ending out here. I don't really have much else to talk about because I didn't bring my list. And I just wanted to, I wasn't really feeling it today, but I really wanted to still come out anyway and still record. Do the car version of this. Okay, so really quick. It's just funny because it's so gorgeous out, and it's just funny because I remember like when I had to like just hurry up and throw the tripod over my shoulder, which I did today, but I think that reminded me of when I had to do it really, really quick because it was so freezing out. I'm like, I just have to get back to the car as like soon as possible. And that's not that long ago. I mean, it just seems like it just happened, and here we are in approaching summertime, and it's just so, so beautiful. The weather is beautiful. The green, everything here at the park is just beautiful. And I'm gonna have to B-roll some people out of my video today. That's like random, but I'm editing another video where I'm at a different location. I'm in front of 2 trees, so I'll have that up shortly. But I'm like B-rolling people out of that. They're a little closer to me. I still don't think you could see them at all, but I'm just trying to be really careful because I want to make sure that I don't get people, you can't see people's faces and stuff like that in my videos. So I'm providing you with some really nice B-roll to protect the privacy of other people that don't want to be in someone's video. And so I'm B-rolling them out. I'm B-rolling people out of my video, so I could just B-roll whoever else out of the videos. But I got some really nice B-roll. And I think that's all I'm going to say B-roll for today. But anyway, I don't know how this video is going to come across. It's midday. I am in a weird energy. And I have a whole list that I talk about all the time, and I still forget to look at it. But I still want to be consistent with coming out and doing the videos, even if I don't have anything, or even if I end up not using it. But with all that said, I'll end it again here. I did a version of the ending outside. I'll do one in the car. This is Rika Star Rose. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have subscribed. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not. Feel free to comment down below on anything that I talked about in today's video. Feel free to comment down below on anything you'd like me to talk about in a future video. Feel free to comment down below on anything. And I will provide an email address soon so that you guys can reach out to me with any of your questions or comments if you don't want to comment down below with them. And as always, I wanted to say I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day, because it's just so beautiful here, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. And as always, I will see you soon.